Welcome to Gloff's Fantasy Sports Network with your host and best hair in the business, Chip Waters. Your co-host and B-Liga representative, Buster Load. The man who is first on the scene and first in your hearts, Dick Trickle. Bringing you all the NFL updates. From Bangkok to Boise, this is GFSN.
Welcome everybody to another brand new episode of GFSN. I am Buster Load.
And I'm Chip Waters.
And my oh my, do we have a great episode, don't we, Chip?
Absolutely, Buster. We have an action-packed episode for you this week with all the previews you can handle.
Indeed. And we're also going to talk about some hurt quarterbacks, some spicy start and sit advice, and towards the end of the episode, buddy old Chip. Oh, what is that, Chip? We're not quite there yet. By the end of the episode, our very own Chip Waters has to pay his punishment and get tackled on screen.
Not funny, Buster. Not funny at all. Let's get to the recaps.
Let's do that.
It's time for another weekly recap with yours truly, Chip Waters. Starting off with the Commissioner's Honor Roll, who took on division rival Gus Johnson Gaffiticus. His top draft picks, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Devon Achane, led the way to a 153-120 victory. Purdy took on America's team, and it was ugly. America's team didn't need much to win this week, but Mahomes and CeeDee Lamb shine as America's team moves to 2-0. Final score 112-66. Daddy D gave the D to Moore Dunze Burden Law Firm this week, blowing him out by 60 points. Malik Neighbors and Jonathan Taylor starred in this one. Final score 152-94. The surprise rise of continues as he beats reigning champ Cup of Bullshit, who now sits at 0-2. The recent acquisition of Javonte Williams was big for his manager this week. The champ looks to rebound next week. Final score 146-118. Chef Boy HC faced off with Barry's Boys. Chef Boy had consistency throughout his entire lineup, having everybody hit double digits. He gets in the win column this week, 130-117. Teal, Barbie, and Jettas had themselves a defensive battle this week. The low-scoring matchup saw both defenses score 13-plus points. Teal Barbie gets the win this week, 107-84. Commissioner's Honor Roll, America's team, and sit at 2-0, while Barry's Boys, Cup of Bullshit, and Purdy's Purdy landed 0-2. Everyone else stands at 1-1. Moving on to the B-Liga. Our first B-Liga matchup is Buster Load's Secretary and Prestige Worldwide. This matchup saw a team with 161 points lose. Buster's Secretary gets the win this week on account of 3 25-plus point performances. Final score 170-161. Slick Kansenko gets a huge win over Touch of Downs this week, thanks to a huge Puka Nacua performance. Slick gets off to an impressive 2-0 start, silencing all of his haters. The final in this one, 113-106. Everything hurts. Met Gridiron Gods in this matchup. Javonte Williams and Travis Etienne propel Everything Hurts to a 2-0 start. A 125-94 victory. Another close contest here saw Renegade Express escape with the win over my number one fan. A Thursday night gem from Tuckercraft proved too much to overcome. Final 122-121. We saw plenty of close matchups this week, but none tighter than this one here. Swollen Units gets the win over CD Drops. Jamar Chase and Roma Dunze's performance was enough to overcome a -11 from the Bears defense. Final result 118.32 to 118.18. And the matchup we all had our eyes on. McAfrican Americans versus Joe Buck Yourself. It was a back and forth game, but it was Joe Buck Yourself getting a huge win and giving myself PTSD. No one has anyone seen Dick around here? He's not around. Oh, he's in Cincinnati? Okay, good. Perfect. Well, it's over to you, Dick, in Cincinnati with the Trickle Trauma Unit.
Wonderful recaps there in week 1, guys. Some of those teams I can't believe are 2-0. Some of those teams I can believe are 0-2. Absolutely trash. This is Dick Trickle. This is the Trauma Unit. Let's go ahead and kick things off. As you can tell, I am an ugly Cincinnati. Their quarterback has gone down. He is out for almost the entire season. Joe Burrow, stage 3 turf toe. Had to get surgery on it already. He is on the IR. He's pretty much done for the year. Another quarterback to keep an eye on with turf toe is going to be Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is out. He is questionable with that as well as a shoulder injury. They're not sure if he's going to be able to come back this week. There's high hopes, but we shall see throughout the week and his practice progression. Another quarterback to keep an eye on is J.J. McCarthy. If you're playing him, your team is probably not good. He has a high ankle sprain. He is out 2 to 4 weeks. You get good old Carson Wentz on that one. And then Jaden Daniels, another quarterback to keep an eye on. He's got a knee twinge. His knee should be okay for this week. We'll see how his practices go. Don't think it's anything too serious, but definitely something to monitor. Another player that we got to keep an eye on in Washington is Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is unfortunately out. He tore his Achilles. If you have Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt, that's a good guy to keep an eye on. Or go ahead and play in your lineup. And then one last player to keep an eye on this week for injuries is going to be Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed broke his collarbone. His collarbone is broken. He is out for 4 to 6 weeks. That's a tough one. They don't really have any receivers as it is. We'll see how that goes for the Packers. That's Trickle's Trauma Unit this week. I hear some people want some BBL action, so let's kick it over to Buster with his Busts by Buster Load.
Welcome, everybody, to another Busts by Buster Load, where this week I'm going to tell you who I'm fucking angry at and who's downright disappointing. Starting with some running backs. Derrick Henry. Come on, buddy. 2 points? I know plenty of friends and family that lost because of you. I expect more. Come on, Derrick. But you're not alone in my shit list because I got another one. A rookie, Amarian Hampton. 3 points against the Raiders? Come on, man. I know they got Max Crosby, but goddamn, you are Amarian Hampton. Bringing me down. Next, we're going to go into tight ends. People who have been a pain in my rear end. We're going to go with Evan Ingram. The Broncos do not know what to do with tight ends. Can't guard him, can't play him. Evan Ingram can't catch. What the hell? And also another one on my shit list, Sam Laporta, playing like a porta potty. Everyone on the Lions offense got a touchdown. Why not you, Laporta? Downright dog shit. After that, we're going to go to wide receivers. We're going to go with Marvin Harrison, a man who has a name of a good wide receiver, does not make him one. Pick it up. Next, we're going to go Courtland Sutton, a man I truly believe would be great this season. I even was high on him because he had the top 2 cornerbacks out for that game. But 1 catch for 5 yards, Courtland, awful, terrible, booty cheeks, cock. After that, we are going to go to quarterbacks. We're going to go to Justin Fields. Justin, I feel for you, man. Injuries suck. No one wants them. But you couldn't get more than 3 points before you went down? Awful. Speaking of quarterbacks, we're going to go to who's supposed to be the best one in the league, Josh Allen. Now, for some people, 11 points might be commendable. But for Josh Allen, 11 points, I need 30 from you if I'm going to win. Josh Allen, pick it up next week. And I saved the worst for last. The one I'm the most pissed at as a football fan and as a commentator. Broncos defense, the supposed best defense in the league. -5 points. Absolute dog shit. 5 points against the Colts? Terrible. -5 points? Even worse. Broncos defense, you are terrible. Pick that shit up against the Chargers next week. But that's going to be Busts by Buster Load. We'll see you next week.
Welcome to the Waters Waiver Wire, where Chip Waters, that's me, tells you who to target in this waiver wire period.
Starting off with quarterback help. Reinforcements are on the way, gentlemen, and then look no further than Jared Goff. The veteran quarterback for the Lions seems to have turned a page from week 1 to week 2. He's a solid option for week 3. And if you can't get a hold of him, look at Jake Browning. The backup quarterback of the Bengals is a solid option as he's got a lot of starts lined up for him. With weapons like that, it should be easy for him to score some points. Moving on to if you need some wide receiver help, here are a couple names to help you out in the coming weeks. Elic Ayomanor, the rookie wide receiver for Tennessee, has a growing role in this offense, and it seems to have a good repertoire with rookie quarterback Cam Ward. Another guy to look at with due to injury to Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks is a solid option for you. Pick him up early before he pops off. And if you need a little bit of running back depth, a couple names for you there are Jeremy McNichols. He'll be taking over for the Austin Eckler role, catching a lot of passes out of the backfield. Look for him to have a potential impact on that passing game. Another guy you can consider is Woody Marks, the rookie running back out of Houston. Looks to be a good handcuff if you have Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb were to miss some time, Woody Marks would be the first guy up. Grab him early before it's a real battle to pick him up. And if some of you are suffering from the kicker suck syndrome, well, I'm here to help you cure that. One name to look at is Matt Prater, the Arizona kicker, has been money so far this season. And another Bengal, Evan McPherson. Now that Joe Burrow's out of the picture, look for him to have a lot more opportunities as that might get tough towards the red zone. Well, there you have it. Those are your targets. Let them know Chip Waters sent you. This is the Waters Waiver Wire.
All right, that's going to do it for week 2. Plenty of managers are mighty confident, while some others are looking at relegation.
That's absolutely right. Let us know where your favorite managers fall into the piece of the puzzle. Make sure you leave some comments below. Let us know how you feel about your favorite teams.
Oh my God, Chip, watch out! Oh, we're not there yet. Don't you worry. It's coming. But hey, now that we got week 2 out of the way, let's take a look at week 3.
Welcome to the Premier League Week 3 matchups. First up, we have Commissioner's Honor Roll versus Barry's Boys. Zach is going in 2-0 while Kyle is going in 0-2. But don't count him out, folks, as he has Lamar Jackson and rookie sensation Tet McMillan in favorable matchups. Zach seems to be starting Amon-Ra, Jalen Waddle, and a little Kayshon Boutte kicker, but seems to be going against top defenses. Just like Zach's flex player, I think his team's going to be Boutte this week. So I have the win going to Barry's Boys. The battle of 2 long team names. We got Moore Odunze Bird and Law Firm versus Teal Barbie and his Kens. Try saying that 5 times fast. Anywho, we got both of these teams entering week 3 with 500 records. And honestly, I can see either team winning it this week. Remy with the best fantasy wide receiver and Puka Nacua will keep him in the competition, while Bradbury has the anchor of Jamar Chase to keep him in as well. Right now, I got Chase Remy with the win, but with some bench movements, Bradbury can easily take this one. Maybe a little tip from Chip in your life can save you. Up next, we have versus Jettas. Weird. Why can't I say... Anywho, is rocking some elite running backs in James Cook and Saquon Barkley, while Jettas is going with Hampton and Pollard. Quite a difference in quality, because how can I say this professionally? Hampton and Pollard are dog shit. Poopy caca. Straight butt. And for that, I have with the win. Weird. Up next, we got Big Danny D versus Cup of $sign Hit. You want proper pronunciation? Get a win first. Anyway, Dylan comes into this week with Malik Neighbors and Odunze, a duo that will make anybody swoon. But Clint has Josh Allen, who's going to put belt to ass against the Dolphins. While I think Dylan has the edge, I really don't want to say his name again, so I got Cup of Bull $sign Hit with a win. Next up is Chef Boy HC versus Purdy's Purdy. Hunter's team has some commendable players in Bucky Irving and Tyler Warren, while Middleman's got... Jesus, it's like looking at a car crash. Well, here at GFSN, I'm legally required to find a bright spot in everyone's team. So, I like your defense, even though you're projected to not even hit a hundo. Give me Chef Boy HC with a win this week. Lastly, we have America's team versus Gus Johnson GAFTCS. A battle of the brain cells. Marcus is entering this bout with the best running back in fantasy right now, as well as the best fantasy tight end. But Jacob's got a hard Chubba Hubbard to stuck in Marcus's tight end. Truly, this will be a fun game to watch. As close as this one will be, I got Gus Johnson winning this week. Welcome to the B-Legal Week 3 matchups. First up, we have Buster Load Secretary versus McAfrican Americans. Jorge's got bangers in his lineup with Justin I Banged Madison Beer Herbert and Christian Finally Healthy McCaffrey. But Andrew's got Lamar Always Been a Quarterback Jackson and Jonathan I Can't Think of Another Nickname Taylor. Something to note about this matchup is that all of Jorge's players all play early, either on Thursday or early morning Sunday, while Andrew's team is all Sunday and Monday night. Maybe I'm biased, but I got the secretary yet again. Up next, we got Swollen Units versus Gridiron Gods. Matt Borgman seems to be running a heavy Broncos stack with Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, and of course the Broncos defense. But Michael Dubois is representing the rest of the AFC West with Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, and Xavier Worthy on the IR spot. Well, I'm going to keep my bias once again, for I am a Bronco fan. Give me Gridiron Gods to win this week. Next up is a Touch of the Downs versus Everything Hurts. Unfortunately, folks, we got what looks like a one-sided match, as Schulenberg is riding some top-tier running backs as well as Jalen Hurts, while DeTiro is suffering with some injuries and some player slumps. Get this man some help, people. The only positive I can give is that all of DeTiro's players all have favorable matchups, so you got a chance. I do have Everything Hurts winning this week, but Downs, I believe in you, buddy. Up next, we have Chip Thielen for Brown Waters versus CD Drops. This will be an interesting match because I only see one good wide receiver between the two of them. Oh, just kidding. There's actually only two. Something important to note is that this is also a battle of the kickers, with dependable Brandon Aubrey on one side and the newest leg in town, Spencer Schrader. This will be a close one, but I have CD Drops with a win. Up next, we got Joe Buck Yourself versus Renegade Express. Now here, we have a 4v4 of the best wide receivers versus the best running backs. Ant got Zay Flowers and Jefferson in high potential scoring matchups, while Ryan is rocking Henry and Jacobs, who should waffle stomp their opponents. These two lineups, my God, they're beautiful. Right now, I'm giving a win to Renegade Express, but in my heart, I hope it's a tie. Lastly, we have Prestige Worldwide versus Slick Conseco. This is going to be close, as we have the number 1 and number 2 receivers in Nakua and Neighbors. Jose may have the edge in running backs, but Andrew has the edge in quarterback. I do have the win going to Slick Conseco.
Chippies, tippies, in your sippies. It's time for Chip's Tips with Chip Waters. Starting off with the running back position, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt needs to be in the lineup this week. He's the newfound RB1 in Washington. And if you have Travion Henderson, it's time for the rookie running back to take a sit on the bench. He's in the dog pound in New England and needs to gain some trust before he can see the lineup. And now we're talking about wide receivers. It is time to get your shiesties out, gentlemen. Yes, you heard me right. Slip on those shiesties. It is George Pickens season. The Dallas wide receiver has found a new home, and he's going to get a lot of action next week. And if you got Travis Hunter, the two-way player, needs to find the bench. The second overall pick has disappointed thus far, and with the question marks in the Jacksonville's offense, it's time to see Travis Hunter on your bench. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I'm Chip Waters. Chip's Tips, always at your fingertips. Have a good night. Over to Dick.
Let's get ready to trickle! Thank you, Trip. Those were awesome tips. But now it's Trickle's time. This is Dick's Picks, and I'm going to get you hyped. I'm going to get you ready to go. Let's get it started. Thursday night, it's Dolphins at Bills. Let's go Bills in that one. Dolphins are lost. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Rams at Philadelphia. That's going to be a great game. That's going to be my upset of the week. Let's go Rams over Philadelphia in that one. Atlanta at Carolina. Atlanta's going to win that one. Carolina looks lost. They're going to be trash all year. Green Bay at Cleveland. Let's go Green Bay over Cleveland. That's going to be a good defensive battle, but Green Bay's going to come out on top. Houston at Jacksonville. Let's go Houston. In that one, they're finally going to get their first win of the year. Cincinnati at Minnesota. Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. I don't know who the fuck's going to win that one. Let's go Minnesota. I guess they get their first win of the year. Pittsburgh at New England. Let's go Pittsburgh over New England. I like Pittsburgh. They're not good enough to win anything else. Jets at Tampa Bay. Let's go Tampa Bay over the Jets. Jets are ass. Indy versus Tennessee. Indy looks legit. Let's go Indy over Tennessee. Vegas versus Washington. Washington, please figure it out. Raiders suck. Denver versus the Chargers. Let's go the Chargers over Denver. New Orleans versus Seattle. Let's go Seattle over New Orleans. NFC battle. Dallas versus Chicago. Let's go Dallas over Chicago. Chicago's completely lost as well. Arizona versus San Francisco. Let's go San Francisco over Arizona. Chiefs over the Giants. What a shitty ass Sunday night game. Let's go Chiefs over that in that one. Lions and Ravens. Monday night game. Give me the Ravens. Woo! I'm out.
All right, folks, you know what time it is. It's time for the load mode, where we're going to be doing a little gambling. Chip, you seem a little distracted. What's the matter?
Well, Buster, I have this shadow of a cloud lurking over me. That is Dick Trickle.
Oh, he is a spooky one in the dark. Well, don't be concerned with that. It's time to gamble.
All right.
And I have been scrounging both leagues for a great matchup, and I found one. A one between America's team and Gus Johnson. A battle of the brain cells, if you will.
Those are some of my favorite matchups to watch throughout the season. And this is our second one of the year. This should be a good one.
I agree. I got to ask, who do you have? America's team or Gus Johnson?
So that's a great question. This is the week that I think A.J. Brown gets himself going. I think he may even get into the end zone. I believe in Zay Flowers. I think this is America's team's game to lose.
I see. Well, I think that's where you're wrong, because I think they are both bums. I got Gus Johnson.
All right, Gus Johnson versus America's team. Should we put a little action on it?
I agree. And, you know, this last week we had a punishment dealing with external pain. I think it's time for some internal pain.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So what happens if, what's the punishment then? What do you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking we could be a little extra deviant. A 3, 3, and 60 challenge. 3 hot dogs, 3 shots of alcohol, all must be consumed in 60 seconds.
Ooh, 60 seconds. That is a tough time. What happens if you can't get it done in that time frame?
Well, we have been talking to some other managers to make it interesting. And the managers being Andrew Nichols in B League and our commissioner in the A League. Whoever loses, we get to control their team.
Interesting. Okay. Are we talking start sits? Are we starting add drops? What's is it full control or?
I like to think of a start sit.
Okay.
Put a little bench
Okay.
player in the starting lineup, even if they don't deserve it.
All right. Well, hopefully America's team can get the job done. Thank you to the 2 managers helping us out with this bet. You're putting your season at stake as well as ours.
Yes, and for those of you sitting at home wishing to make a little bit of money, I do have a parlay ready to go. I am taking the Atlanta Falcons spread of -5.5 against the Carolina Panthers. That Broncos-Chargers game is going to be great, but low scoring. Take the under, 46.5. And for an upset of the week, I have the Tennessee Titans beating the Indianapolis Colts to get their first win.
Well, I have to say, I like the parlay. I like taking the risk on Cam Ward. He's looking better every week. I think he can get the job done. I think you're onto something there, Buster.
I agree. Well, that's going to do it for load mode. But, Chip, there is something out of studio I do need to show you. Something quite interesting.
Well, I think we should check it out.
I agree.
We can take you like that.
Hey, Chip.
Hey, Buster, how are you doing?
Hey, check this out. I have a brand new idea for a segment next week, but I need you to put this on.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Oh, nothing. I'll tell you once you put it on.
All right.
It looks good on you, buddy.
Thank you.
Why don't you try this on too?
All right.
Looking good. I'll be right back. I just got to use the shitter.
It's hammer time, baby. Oh, Chip! Oh, Chip!
No, no, no!
No!
Wow! How does these hammers taste? Medic! Alrighty, folks, that's going to be it for today. But before we go, a quick announcement for you, those of you in the Premier League. Be sure to send your punishment idea to the Punishment and Statistics Department. And make sure to do it before week 6, otherwise you're going to be left out to dry. But, as always, it was a great episode. I am Buster Load.
And I'm Chip Waters.
And this is GFSN. Get out of here, Chip.